Hello, I'm Nana Wrinklewings, and welcome to Whimsical Rhymes and Tales. Today, I'm in the flower garden, as you can see, and I would like to share a story with you about two magpies. And their names are McPhee and Lottie. Now, McPhee loves nothing better than traveling around the world and exploring new and exciting places. And he likes to learn about the lands and the people, and he loves to teach others. Lottie is always searching for places that warms her heart, and McPhee loves this about her. When they first met, he spread his wings and he danced about to attract her attention. He noticed that she liked seeing the morning wake up and watch the sunset and the sunrise. Fluttering about in a gentle rain, chattering to others, always makes her happy. She loves nature with its colorful butterflies, insects, and flowers, and she enjoys listening to all the sights and sounds around her. And she yearns to see all the beautiful cities of the world and watch the people as she perches her small black and white body on the branches of trees, letting her greenish blue tail feathers catch the breeze. Now, McPhee and Lottie are different, right? But that's what makes them special, because they love sharing their experiences as they fly around the world together. So are you ready? Okay, this story is called Springtime, Petals, and Bugs. So, on this particular morning, Lottie was awakened early by the soft coo of a mourning dove, sitting on a high telephone pole above her. Well, she looked around. Oh, it's spring, she sighed. So she flew off to a limb of a sturdy oak tree, and she was enjoying the chorus of the other birds that had begun to chime in. I think I'll just perch here on this branch for a while, she said, so I can watch the sunrise. Well, she nuzzled closer to the tree trunk because the early morning breeze was still a little cool. Suddenly, she heard a noise from below. She almost toppled over as she leaned to see what was going on. Why, it's a flower garden, she exclaimed, as the bright orange, black, and white monarch butterfly fluttered past her. Look at all the beautiful flowers. Well, the dew on the petals was just beginning to dry as she watched their stems begin to stretch with a yawn and snugly unwrap their buds. And there, in that garden, right before her eyes, all those beautiful flowers started talking. She could hardly believe it. Why, it's like they're getting ready for a garden party, she thought to herself. Miss Beauty, a beautiful deep red tulip, seemed to have the center stage. Awake, awake, from your sleeping beds, don't you know it's spring? She sang out. Well, Miss Lottie was amazed as she watched. Dainty Joy, dear, stretch your tiny blue petals now, it's spring. Dainty Joy of Forget-Me-Not giggled as a colorful, long-billed hummingbird tickled her petals as his tiny little wings beat rapidly, creating a humming sound. He was on his way to the morning glory. He was going to have his nectar. Oh my, where does he get all his energy? She sighed and stretched. Well, Miss Beauty was singing again. Awake, awake, from your sleeping beds, don't you know it's spring? Miss Daisy, don't you have anything to say this bright morning? Well, Miss Daisy stretched as a drop of dew slid down her yellow petals. It tickled her, and she jumped a little bit, and she giggled. Just then, a large fuzzy black and orange bumblebee buzzed around her. "Oh my, please be careful, ma'am," she responded. I know that the queen bees are usually the first ones to appear in the spring, but don't take all my pollen. I know you need to build a nest, but it's only the first day of spring." Now the three of them chimed together in chorus. "Awake, awake from your sleeping beds. Don't you know it's spring?" "Yes, yes, I hear you," came a quiet voice from the far edge of the garden. It was Bashful. Her dark green stem stretched as her deep blue bells opened further. "Bashful," Miss Beauty said, "you look even lovelier than you did last year. Look at all your new buds." Bashful was shy, and she looked a little embarrassed at all the attention. "Thank you, Beauty," she said as she sheepishly looked up. Now they were all singing, "Awake, awake from your sleeping beds. Don't you know it's spring?" Well, the air was filled with perfume. By now everyone was awake. Just then a spider crawled on to Miss Daffodil. "Good morning, all," she called as she scurried past. "Just passing through. Gotta catch some breakfast. It's a beautiful day, wouldn't you say?" she said. Tagging behind her was a trail of hungry baby spiders with all 8 wobbly legs in motion. This made Lottie smile. Kaleidoscope, a multicolored lily, called out, "I need a warm shower." "Well, that will never happen," thought Lottie. There's not a cloud in the sky. Just then, a gentle spray of water covered the garden. Pretty lady in pink, a cute little pansy, sputtered in surprise. "This must be your lucky day, Kaleidoscope." "Yes," smiled a drenched lacy lilac, "you got your wish." Well, for a brief moment, a glistening rainbow hung over the garden. Then the sprinkler shut off, and there they all were, all withered and limp, including Lottie. They shook themselves, and Lottie fluffed her feathers. They were all wet. Kaleidoscope should be very happy, Lottie thought. She got her wish. Suddenly, Spring Bride, a gardenia that was huddled quietly in the corner of the garden, screamed, "Look at me! I have mud splattered everywhere on my white petals. Whatever shall I do now?" Oops! Lottie realized that she had drenched her in the water as she fluffed her feathers. And now it was that water that turned the dirt to mud. I'm sorry, Spring Bride. I didn't mean to." "It's all right, dear," Grandprize comforted her. "You're beautiful just the way you are." "Look, everyone," star performer, a stunning lavender herb, called out. "Baby Rose is still asleep." Sure enough, her tiny pink petals were tightly sealed together. Baby Rose," star performer said softly, trying not to startle her. Baby Rose refused to stir, so they all chanted together. What did they say? Are you ready? "Awake, awake from your sleeping beds. Don't you know it's spring?" Well, a gentle wind blew through the garden, and the tiny pink rose shuddered and reluctantly opened up. "Good morning, everyone," she yawned. "I was having the best dream. Oh, look, the sun is warm at last. Some mornings were frosty and they made me shudder. I'm so glad it's spring." Just then McPhee landed on the branch next to Lottie. "Morning, Lottie." "Well, what are you up to this morning?" asked McPhee. "McPhee, the flowers, they actually talk to each other. Do you believe it? Not only do they look different, but all 12 flowers have different personalities. Ah, that's what makes the world an interesting place, Lottie. We're different. Can you imagine how boring it would be if we were all the same? You're right, McPhee. Even you and I are different, right? Yes, we are. Now, come on. We got places to go and things to see. It's a big world out there. Wait for me. I'm coming, McPhee. I don't want to miss anything. And they flew off. Did you like that story? Well, where do you think that McPhee and Lottie will go next? We'll have to wait and see. I hope to see you next time. And that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed the story. Toodaloo.